Hey guys, Omni here. We are back for The Mandalorian Season 2, Episode 2, or Chapter 10, whichever you would like to call this. Last week's episode, the season premiere, was stellar. I know some people considered it a filler episode, but I think we're following the breadcrumbs that are set up by the plot itself, tracing down, possible leads on other Mandalorians to help better understand the Jedi, their history, and where we might be trying to get Baby Yoda to. Some goals there that led him to Cobb Vanth and inadvertently to one of the greatest bounty hunters of all time, or at least most notable bounty hunters of all time, keeping a watchful eye over everything going on. Boba Fett. Boba Fett 100% at the end of that episode, keeping an eye on everything. I think he was involved with Fennec as well, as we know that we had that shadowy cloaked figure with the spurs come up over her body in season 1. And maybe he blames the Mando for her death. I feel like there's going to be something we expand upon that, but I feel like he's definitely beyond the armor. The armor is a key part of it, but he's that armor draws attention. And if depending on how long he's been out of that Sarlacc pit, might not need that attention right now. Might not want that attention. There's definitely, and Boba Fett, definitely is the key. Maybe not immediately. I don't know if we're going to run right into Boba Fett in this episode coming up. Maybe they'll hold off on that for a little while, but as far as like being somebody who would be a key person to talk to as part of this journey, he's the best person for that. He's been around since the very start of the Clone Wars. He himself is a clone, which ties back to the Kaminoans who were looking after and trying to experiment on Baby Yoda in season 1. Ties back into the entire clone army, the purpose of the Clone War, the Jedi's involvement in that, his direct impact and influence and interaction with the Jedi, his knowledge of all of that, even from the beginning with the Jedi that fought in the war with Ahsoka, and all the way through that entire period to working under Darth Vader, to eventually, being taken out in a spurring attack by Luke Skywalker, Han Solo, and gang as well. He's been, if anybody right now in this universe that is a Mandalorian is around that understands the Jedi the most, I think Boba Fett has the most key pieces of information, more information than anybody else out there in the galaxy, even though he himself is not considered a Mandalorian, even by creed, and neither by creed nor by birth on Mandalore. He just had armor that Jango Fett had stolen, as we learned in Clone Wars. But nonetheless, he's a key figure that has a lot of the information that he would want. Now, he might stumble upon the other Mandalorians out there that we do know that does have some information, though not all the key pieces that we have. Of course, we got to eventually learn how the Darksaber transferred from Bo-Katan into Moff Gideon's hands. Of course, Bo would know quite a bit about the Jedi, though not have that cloning information, or at least in that detail that Boba Fett would. There's a lot of factors to play in there, especially with the possibility of Sabine Wren possibly showing up in here. Again, her connection to the Jedi is also very tightly knit. So there's some answers that we can definitely glean from that there, as well as possible people we might run into this season, of at least of note, people of note, and that have rumored to be in this season. Boba Fett is definitely the one that carries the most answers, I feel like. So I'm really interested to see. I don't feel like they would get that early on. I think he's going to be, this is my prediction, he's going to be this looming figure that is just watching over the Mando in this, either tracking him, or he's got his own game he's playing, or it just as an observer. I don't know. I don't know what exactly his means are, but I feel like we're going to be getting some tastes, some hints of Boba Fett throughout the season, but he will be the one to pass on the bulk of the necessary knowledge that the Mando needs. And I think everybody else is going to give him more of the breadcrumbs to kind of get him there. I think delivering on the Boba Fett too early into it might be a little dissatisfying, especially if they don't follow up on a lot of that legacy and weight that he and knowledge and that experience that he can bring to it. I don't know. Might be overthinking it. Might be focusing too much on the Boba Fett. But who knows? We'll see. We'll see how it all pans out. But seeing Tamara Morrison, seeing Boba Fett himself for the first time in live action without his helmet was a really fun little piece of just a little icing on the cake, you know. All right, so let's go ahead and dive into this week's episode and go. Still on Tatooine. Oh no. Oh no! Oh. Oh fuck. No! Back up! Oh. Yeah. Jesus. Oh, nice. Oh shit. No, you get that.
We can strike a bargain. There's a lot of value in this wreckage. Take your pick. Okay.
Even he's trading the jetpack for it.
It's yours.
Yoda's is worth more than that jetpack for sure, though. Oh. That was oh, I like how he just shrugs that off. That's fucking hilarious. The passenger. Oh, damn it, that sucks. He is a trooper, man.
Looks like someone's gonna be going home empty-handed.
The giant ant monster. I say monster. I'm sorry, that's insensitive.
What'd that set you back?
Ant
Killed
person.
the great dragon for him.
Huh, is that all? Well, you might be in luck. Dr. Mandible here says he can connect you with
Dr.
someone who can help
Mandible?
you if you cover his call this round. That's what you wanted, right?
Yes.
That's really convenient, but whatever. I'll take it.
Bring back any of that dragon meat? Better not have any maggots on it. Here's the deal. A Mandalorian covert is close. It's in this sector, one system trailing. The contact wants passage to the system.
Do you vouch for them?
On my life.
Fine.
Who is this
And-
contact?
No hyperdrive.
You want me to travel sub-light? Deals off. What's
Eggs.
the cargo?
She needs her eggs fertilized by the equinox or her line will end. If you jump into hyperspace, they'll die.
Is she sure there are Mandalorians there?
She said her husband has seen them.
We're getting a lot of languages going on here in these last two episodes. So what was that about? Baby Yoda like looking at those eggs.
10 minutes before you walked in.
Is that
You said you vouched for
more of his carnivorous instincts kicking in, or is it calling back to maybe how he was born, grown? I don't know.
I don't don't speak whatever language that is. You speak Huttese?
Well, I mean, he seemed to have been holding his own for a while now, but a language he doesn't know. Please don't try to eat this person's eggs. Force pulling them all together? But why?
So I'm gonna hit the rack. I've set the nav for our course. It's gonna take a while. No.
Oh!
That is not food. Try that again.
Oh my god. Oh, well. It was as simple as that. Oh my god, that is adorable. I was gonna say acute, and it turned into adorable.
Razorcrest, M111. Come in, Razorcrest. Do you copy?
Uh-oh.
I need you to send us a ping. We're out here sweeping for Imperial holdouts.
Well, I'm not sure I have that hardware online.
We can wait.
Oh, wait. There it is. Transmitting now. Be quiet.
What's that?
Nothing. The hypervac.
Oh no.
Was your craft in the proximity of New Republic Correctional Transport Boffin 5?
Oh shit. The heist from the first episode, or first season. Was that Filoni in one of those? Because he was one of the ones that tracked them back to their base. Okay, here's another. Oh shit, they're still on him.
I got him.
Oh shit. Did you lose him?
Visual. Gotta be around here somewhere.
Uh-oh. Oh, that's... Oh. Shit. Dude, this ship is not in good shape. No Quill to help him fix it this time. Stop eating the eggs!
I told you not to do that. How many did you eat?
Need a freaking lock on that thing.
We're in a tight spot.
You know, I would imagine that
Spawning in the hull has lost its
mother
integrity.
would know how many are in there
Only when night falls.
and notice the count might be a little off.
I'll have a better
Stop
idea
looking at the eggs, you little bastard. Aww. I mean, how do you even start by yourself fixing that hull damage? I mean, last season, he was lucky that thing even, you know, held out the vacuum of space at all.
When did she go?
Footsteps. Got some heat detection back there. Maybe like a thermal spring. Yep.
There you are.
You
Gather these
stop
up.
it.
Night's coming fast, and I can't protect you out here.
Uh-oh. Another type of egg? Are they in a nest? That one behind them kind of shaking. It looked like it. Oh god, that the way that peeled open like that, it just made me think of like a face hugger. We're gonna have a bigger mama to deal with now. Or watch all of these start to hatch. I don't know what they are though. There's so many. I don't recognize these. I mean, it does kind of look familiar. No thank you, sir. Nope, nope, nope. You can stay right back in there, please. Oh. I thought it impaled the mother for a second. Now, so far, this one definitely is a little more like a filler episode, for sure. But it's part of the journey. Shit happens. Sometimes that shit takes you off track. That's life. Oh. 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 Nice. I mean, you don't have any way to shut this door. Well, it's not a door, it's a hole. Dude, this is fucking terrifying. What would you do? What do you do? I guess that's all you can do, man. Mama's gonna come crashing through the cockpit, though. Oh no! Oh. Yes! Oh no! Yeah. Damn! Oh my god. The coven? The convent? Whatever. The Alliance? Who's here? Aw, it's them.
Onboard security records show that you apprehended 3 priority culprits from the wanted register. Put your own life in harm's way to try to protect that of Lieutenant Davin from the New Republic Correctional Corps.
Am I under arrest?
Technically, you should be.
Mm-hmm.
But these are trying times.
Like, you've done some shady shit, but you've also done some good shit. So we're gonna reward you right now. This thing has been through some shit. Stop looking at the eggs. Oh, what the fuck? Where did he keep that? Oh, dude. Oh, okay. Okay. He's sealed off the cockpit. That makes a lot more sense. He sealed off the cockpit, stabilized that, and got the rest of it flyable, so that that was the bathroom comment, because now that they're in space, they can't go to the Ravencrest privy until they land within an atmosphere again. Okay, I get it. Okay, so this episode, like I was saying in the middle of it, I don't know if I'm keeping that in or not, but I mentioned earlier where, you know, some of these can feel like filler episodes, and this was a reference to a previous filler episode. One of the few episodes that I felt didn't really serve much of a purpose last season, which was, of course, to kind of flesh out a little more of Mando's background with this gang he ran with for a little while when they pulled that heist, which I liked because it was a Star Wars heist. It was a heist episode. And I like the way that they did it and approached it and tackled it. A lot of fun. I really liked that episode. though, in the grand scheme of things, it didn't really further much of anything. And this episode did not further anything. I like the creatures. I like them stumbling upon this. Of course, not everything is going to further it. Like I said earlier, if I kept that in the video or not, you know, when you're going across your day to day, when you go across a journey, you know, things fall off course. We're following the Mando and his quest to complete this arc, find these Mandalorians, and get Baby Yoda wherever he needs to go. You know, we're following him through that process, and sometimes, like I said, shit happens, and you got to deal with it. This is some of those shit happens things, and he's not in the best positions to really bargain for much. He got this information from this person on a possible Mandalorian convent, and in accordance with receiving that information, the trade-off was transporting this mother and her brood to the very same location in which that convent is. So it is a quid pro quo. So you can make an argument that it does, in fact, carry on and continue from where we left off. Now, we didn't see Boba Fett again, which kind of goes into what I was saying in the beginning. I do not think that's the last we're going to see of him. This whole thing and this whole ordeal might be his motivation to finally leave Tatooine. Not to say that he hasn't ever left Tatooine since. We don't know how long he's been out of the Sarlacc, but it's at least been like 5 years. At the most, it's been, 5-6 years since he was thrown into the pit to begin with at this point. So, who knows? We don't know. We don't really have anything to go off of. I do like that Filoni and the pilots came back in, and we kind of had some loop back, some, I wouldn't even call it repercussions, but it kind of fills out the world a little bit too, that his previous actions last seasons do leave like an existing imprint on the world. Like, you know, your ship was sighted as part of this, you're flying around sublight, which he kind of called out too, is, you know, any kind of sublight travel, it leaves you open to patrols, it leaves you open to pirates, warlords, to all kinds of vulnerabilities when you're traveling outside of light speed. And I like that because of that, his ship was sighted in a recent incident. They saw it and they called it out. You know, it reminded me of honestly, like interstate patrols. You know, it just you go a little fast there, or we you're suspect this vehicle suspected in a freaking Grand Theft Auto. This vehicle has been reported stolen, something like that. I don't know. It kind of gave me like this traffic cop kind of vibe that these two X-Wing pilots were playing that part in this whole little exchange. I definitely got some alien vibes with the eggs, and especially the way Baby Yoda opened that up. And again, like I was kind of talking to, I had mentioned earlier in the video as well, or at least in watching this, that, you know, we have a mother and her spawn wanting to carry on, to thrive and grow and get to a place where she can raise her children. We find that group stumble upon yet another brood of a mother and her spawn also trying to just survive. At the same time, we have the Mando and the child trying to survive and get Baby Yoda to his people, his family, someone that can take care of him. And I like that. Maybe I'm thinking deeper than the show or the writers intended with this episode, but it seemed like there's some parallels. We had like 3 separate familial bonds come to a head in this one episode. I don't know. Might be reading too much into it, but honestly, there's not a lot going on in this episode. Baby Yoda is definitely, like we talked about last episode when he swallowed, or last season when he swallowed that frog whole. He's a carnivore. He ate, I don't even know how many of that woman's children. And like I said before, I feel like, you know, she's trying to protect these, she'd be like, well, I'm a little light here. I came on this trip with a lot more of the eggs than this. I feel like she would have like a working head count of how many are in there. And I'm wondering if that will be noticed down the road or if that's just all played for comedy in this. And when you think about it, it's a little morbid in this way. But that's Baby Yoda's nature. He sees an egg, he's going to eat it. He ate one of those. He ate from the brood mother here too. Right as those conveniently started to hatch on everything. So I don't know. It was a good episode though. I do like it. Whether or not it furthers the plot or anything like that, I still enjoy the journey. I still like the kinds of worlds and world building and just interesting things they do. Like, it doesn't hurt the episode. It doesn't hurt the season for me. I honestly don't care that it doesn't further anything. It was fun. I like seeing the back and forth between Baby Yoda, Mando, and this mother, as well as the tension that they built with this swarm, this brood that they stumbled upon in this cavern on whatever planet this is. We never even learned what system they crash landed on. And I know when we were seeing the trailers for this, a lot of people were like, oh, it's that Ilum. They're on Ilum, or we're on Hoth. We don't even know. And this wasn't even somewhere they intended to go to. It just were trying to evade those X-Wing pilots and crashed here and ended up being nothing. And so far, a lot of what we've seen, there's still some things we haven't come across yet. But so far, a lot of key scenes here that doesn't involve Cara Dune or Grief, we've kind of seen these first two episodes. So there's a couple things here and there we haven't yet to see, but I don't know. I liked it. It was a fun little episode. But anyway, guys, I don't really have anything else to say about this episode, to be honest. There wasn't a whole lot going on here. I did like the nod to the ant creature in the beginning, kind of a throwback reference there. That again, them really like paying attention to detail with a lot of things that I feel like the casual moviegoer in general or would just be like not even notice. But it's the kind of thing that they've been doing both in season 1 and season 2. It's like we'll find these really obscure things that we'll just call back to and fit it in, along with the card game they're playing, along with the creature says Dr. Mandible, and just going from there. I like how they play around with a lot of that stuff. Dave Filoni and Jon Favreau they just love Star Wars, just like we do. So that's all I've got. So let's carry on the conversation after the video. Let me know your thoughts, your theories, your speculations, your feelings on this episode too, down in those comments, and we'll get to that after the video. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. But yeah, I can't think of anything else to add, so I will catch you guys next week with episode 3 of season 2. And as we always do when we end these videos, when we're talking about Star Wars, may the Force be with you always. Take care, everybody.